find out about those? How those tips, or I'm just curious how?
It really comes from a variety of ways. Oftentimes we get calls from citizens who are seeing activity that they find is suspicious. We investigate that activity. Sometimes that activity is related to an illegal marijuana grow. Other times we get calls from citizens who are, reporting that someone's growing marijuana. We investigate, it turns out to be perfectly lawful, carrying out of the rights to, either caregiver rights or their own rights, and we just verify the paperwork and move on. Other times it's just the plainclothes officers knowing the characteristics of that happen in a home that will support this kind of operation and investigating that. We take a little bit of time to surveillance and other techniques to make sure that you're looking at the right kind of place. And then it involves search warrants and further follow-up where you can actually verify what you're looking at.
Stick around when we do public comment. Sometimes we can clear up some things. We're trying to do that. So
absolutely.
Don't go far.
Okay.
So before I open things up to public comment, can I have a show of hands as to how many people actually want to speak? That's not okay. Because of the number of people who wish to speak, we're going to limit public comment to 2 minutes. And so, then,
Kind of short. Thank you. Good evening, Commissioners. My name is Shona Governor. I am the Director of Access of the Love Community Center, as well as the initiator of the sunsetPC Working Group on Medical Cannabis. That was instated by prior Chief Fong, and I had the privilege of working with Deputy Chief Morris Tabat and Deputy Chief David Shin, and I continue under the current administration with Commander Loftus. We are present tonight to express our outrage at the out-of-step and misinformed attacks upon our city's laws regarding cannabis by Supervisor Chu and Captain Schmidt of the Tarbell Precinct. We must respect the laws of our city. The Safe Access movement will not retreat or surrender from the sunset. Our laws apply equally to every neighborhood and every precinct. You may not politicize people's access to medicine. I'd like to ask everyone who is here to help secure safe access and equal access to medical cannabis to please stand or raise their hand if they have mobility or other issues. Thank you. In closing, I'd like to ask the Commission to hold a hearing with the Public Safety Committee to further examine the trespasses and violations of our laws regarding our sanctuary status and the lowest priority for cannabis enforcement. And I want to thank you for your time tonight and your consideration.
Good evening. My name is Greg Ledbetter, and I am on the board of the Medical Marijuana Oversight Defense Committee. As an advocate for patients' rights, the Sunset patients are being denied access in their area. This is a quality of life infraction that must not continue. The recent raids made in the Sunset are being investigated by our commission. And I assure you that our community is tirelessly working to educate those that choose to grow their own medicine safely and legally under Prop 215. San Francisco is known as a sanctuary city where medical cannabis patients can find a safe, accessible place to get their medicine. It is not fair that the Sunset is denying patients their rights to safe access. If San Francisco can comply with the will of San Francisco voters, why can't the Sunset? We welcome any non-patient to talk to a medical cannabis patient. Get educated, then make an educated decision. Thank you, commissioners, for your time and your commitment.
My name is Lorna Lynn, and I'm going to switch to about what I do know personally. I am transgender, I'm HIV positive, and I've been a member of the Sunset community. I don't think that, excuse me, nervous. I don't think that we're too much different on the people who stand for medical marijuana and who don't. I think what we need is some understanding. Because of my transgenderism, I make people look at me. They have to see me. And so I think, in conclusion, I think that, we need to open our mind, open communication, because if someone doesn't understand something, they fear it. And what we fear, we fight against. So I'm hoping that through communication, we can build the medical marijuana up in the Sunset, because it is very much needed. I could not go out of my house at times when I've been sick, and I couldn't get anyone to, quote-unquote, deliver it, because we already had drug dealers in our community. So the argument about whether it can be delivered is kind of irrelevant. We need to look at the communities, each one of them, and go from there. And thank you for your time and patience.
My name is Teresa Cooper, and I am a health educator. I've been teaching holistic health for about the last 10 years. I'm also a cannabis patient. I was quite relieved to get my legalization and be able to shop for my medicine. It was a great relief after my doctor appointment, and I have made that important in my life. I would suggest that coming from a place of communication, nonviolent communication, having everyone's needs met, and acknowledging everyone's feelings around the situation would really empower us all. And I really appreciate the leadership that we have around this. And I really want to create dispelling the fear. In seeing some of the pictures, it seems awfully scary. And I know as a cannabis user and shopping for my medicine, I don't experience any of those things that I've seen on the screen. So safety is important to me, and having access to my medicine in all neighborhoods and actually having places to be able to smoke would be really helpful and create a safer community. Thank you.